And what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Live, Laugh, Left podcast. Yes, we are back. I know we weren't here, last week. Gary's here too.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Yeah, we didn't have an episode last week because I was in Nashville for the week, slash Nashville slash Louisville. There'll be a couple things that we'll talk about from that trip here on this episode. Also, there's some stuff up on the main channel from that if you want to go check that out. But because we didn't do an episode last week, we got a lot of shit to go over. We have a lot of shit to go over regardless, actually. We have stuff for every category this week, which is a pretty big rarity. But big highlights. The NBA and NHL drafts have happened. The World Cup's still going on. We got 2 NASCAR races to go over. Tons of baseball stuff. As well as other multitude of things. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We have no trivia this week. Should have thought of some trivia. Didn't do that. I've been pretty fucking busy. So, eat my shorts. I said it. But we only got one. We're gonna start with football only because there's one thing to go over, and it's a pretty funny thing. Well, it's not. It shouldn't inherently be funny, but it is funny, and it comes out of the Detroit Lions camp. Back on June 24th, Terrion Arnold was arrested, facing multiple felony charges, including kidnapping and I think it was attempted burglary, attempted murder. I think it was
One of those two.
Yeah. These charges can carry up to life in prison.
His career is basically over, is what we're trying to say.
Even if he somehow avoids life in jail, which he probably will because he's an athlete.
There.
He's done. Nobody's ever signing him to a football team again. Pretty stupid move for a pretty stupid player that couldn't stop committing pass interference penalties.
But for the Lions, this is good because he was a big piece of shit on our team. So
yeah, he was not a good player. So the Lions, in a way, no pun intended, dodged a bullet here. Funny part about this is he got released from jail on bail of $1 million, tried to go back to the Lions training camp, but then the Lions released him before he could do that. The Lions saw him walk out of prison and he's like, no, thank you. We're going to get rid of you real quick.
We don't want to be the ones to have a person that had kidnapping charges on our team. Delete.
You're gone. Bye.
You're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. So our Trump impersonation sucks ass.
You're fired. But anyway, not a great situation overall, but Terrion Arnold's just a big dumbass and he's gonna get repercussions for it, and he's gone. So, and all it really cost the Lions was a few $1 million and a first-round pick. Pretty minimal damage considering what it could have been, but who knows. Now we got a lot of basketball shit to go over. Let's just do that. We're getting, I believe we're getting close to the NBA trade deadline, which is why I've been seeing so many trades. Or no, not the NBA trade.
Yes.
We're not, maybe not the end of the trade deadline, but at the start of the trade window.
Yeah, you're right.
But before we go over that, I did want to just quickly touch on the NBA draft. That happened. It was an alright draft. No MSU players were drafted, though 2 players got signed onto teams post-draft. It was Carson Cooper went to the Grizzlies, and Jackson Kohler went to the Utah Jazz. 3 Michigan players got drafted in the first 12 picks. I think they're all going to be busts, except maybe Moraz Johnson. But Yaxel Lindenberg, definitely not going to be a great player. He is going to get either hurt or just be a bust because he's already in his mid to late 20s. And I don't remember who the other guy was, but I don't think he's going to be shit either because it's Michigan and they suck. They always suck. They cheat for everything. But that was great. As far as the Pistons go, they got a guard from Stanford, and they got a center from I don't remember where. Do you remember where?
I do not. I'm trying to find that out right now. Let's see. You mean the first round draft?
Well, the whole draft. There's only 2 rounds of drafting in the NBA.
Sorry. Let's see here. Show more. Looks like where's the Pistons at? I can't find them. All because I was in round 2. That's probably why.
Well, it was in round 2 that they got the pick. They got one traded to them from the Knicks. That's how they were able to get that guy.
Well, we did get a person from Stanford. That was the first round pick. And then I'm trying to find the other one. I don't think here. Detroit. Let's see. NBA draft, that probably will help. I hear. Okay. Via Detroit to Memphis. Okay. Traded to Detroit. And you're talking about second round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, I don't want gear for the New York Knicks. Fuck them. From Virginia. Because was. They were the 50. It was the Houston Rockets. They drafted some fucker from Virginia. Then it got traded to Detroit via New York. So it was a 3-way trade.
That's right.
So Braden Smith from Purdue is going to Indiana.
Go to the Pacers.
Who will still get destroyed. But that's okay because they suck.
Sorry, I thought I heard something. Yep, so that was the NBA draft. Nothing. There was no super crazy blockbuster draft picks. The first rounder was the first overall pick was not great. Not a very strong draft, but not a weak one either. But what's been
Jesus.
Sneeze compilation. Anyway, what has been crazy has been all of the other shit going on in the NBA in the offseason. First off, the Mavericks found their next head coach. It's Dusty May. That means Dusty May is gone from Michigan. He signs with the Mavericks. Supposedly only so he can coach Cooper Flagg.
You know what that means, Michigan fans? That means more years of Michigan State fucking your days up every single year. So have fun with that. You're going to go into the Breslin, and we're going to go into the Chrysler Center, destroying you to pieces. Maybe you should have paid Dusty May more, and then maybe he would have stayed. But you didn't, now did you? He brought you a national championship. He brought you a damn championship, and you guys didn't decide to pay him a lot. Wow, that proves Michigan so much.
Well, there's apparently a couple reasons why he's leaving. One, like I said, was to coach Cooper Flagg. And then the Mavericks conveniently also draft a Michigan player to go along with it. So there you go. Two, there's going to be some released stuff regarding an investigation being done on U of M that's going to make Dusty May look bad, which is exactly why Jim Harbaugh left U of M. So
that national championship might not be a thing.
True. So Dusty May is out of college basketball. Great. Just great. Can't wait for him to go 30-win seasons with the Mavericks.
And then get fired after the third year.
Also for coaching, the Trailblazers found their next head coach, Mike Nori, coming over from the Timberwolves. Hopefully he's not a big inside gambler. That's it for coaching. Now let's get to all of the glorious trades that have been going on in the NBA.
Especially one.
Start off with the biggest one. Giannis Antetokounmpo traded to the Heat. That included 3 players and 3 first-round picks. The Heat absolutely won, or the Bucks, I think, absolutely won this draft if they draft properly, because they basically got almost an entire starting roster plus another starting roster's worth of draft picks from for Giannis. Another player got traded too. I don't remember who it was, but of course the biggest one is going to be Giannis. The Heat's a weird team for him to go to, but not the worst team, I guess. There's the rumors going around that LeBron's going to go back to Miami now to be with Giannis. I don't think that's going to happen, guys. Sorry.
A lot of people say that he's going to Golden State.
Also don't think that's going to happen, but who knows? The Hornets are blowing it up. They traded LaMelo Ball and Josh Green to the Minnesota Timberwolves that in return for Naz Reid, a 2033 unprotected first-round pick, 3 first-round pick swaps in 2028, 2029, and 2030, and 3 second-round picks for 2029, 2032, and 2033. What a trade. But that wasn't the only player they traded away. They also traded away Miles Bridges. Trading him to the Phoenix Suns. And they also, along with Bridges, are giving away a 2029 first-round pick and a 2027 second-round pick, all in exchange for Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and a 2033 first-round pick. Love all these picks that are going to be not usable until all these players are retired. And also the Grizzlies traded away John Morant to the Portland Trailblazers in exchange for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. So some big moves being made there. John Morant sucks though, so I hate John Morant, one of my least favorite NBA players ever. The other funny thing that happened as we ease into more Pistons-centered stuff, Malik Beasley got indicted on illegal sports gambling charges, along with fellow ex-NBA player Ed Davis. So Malik Beasley, safe to say, he will not be returning to the NBA anytime soon. Thanks for sabotaging our 2025 playoff run, buddy. And then Pistons-related trading news. They were getting in on the action as well. Beef Stew's gone. Aw, fucking Beef Stew got traded to the Grizzlies for 3 second-round picks. Fucking Beef Stew. We traded away fucking Beef Stew. He is literally the epitome of Pistons basketball, and we trade his ass to fucking Memphis? Memphis?
We could have traded Jalen Duren for this.
Could have traded Jalen Duren for even more than that, and you trade away fucking Beef Stew? What the
Can't
fuck
call
are
him
we
Beef
doing?
Stew anymore. You can't call him Beef Stew anymore.
Why?
Because he's not on the Pistons.
I don't care. I'm still calling it Beef Stew. Dude, that was the suckiest trade of the entire week. 2 weeks, I guess. Oh, but in return, we got a player. We did a trade. We traded 2 of those second-round picks to get Isaiah Joe from the Thunder, a sharpshooter who I've never heard of before now, so probably is going to suck.
Has 2 first names in his name.
So 2 of those second-round picks immediately went to Oklahoma City for him. Hey, at least we've got some shooting help. We got that guard from Stanford, and we got this guy. But we got rid of Beef Stew. What the fuck, guys? Pisses me off. Anyway, that was the NBA draft, all that bullshit. It was something, I tell you what. I mean, I've never seen so many blockbuster NBA trades going on in the span of a 2-week span. You know, we started off with Giannis, and then we've got all these other big ones, dominoes falling. It's been huge. Huge. So huge. Now we're on to hockey. Real quick, I do want to touch on the fact that MSU released their non-conference schedule for the season, which I will not be there for anymore. Get to that in a later date. They have Northern Michigan at home. This was after being at their place last year, so not super surprising. They'll be also playing on the road at Rogers Institute of Technology, RIT. Then they have a 2-game road stand against New Hampshire. Again, that's a home-and-home thing from last year. They have their game in Austin, Texas against North Dakota on Halloween. Then they have Boston at home. That's the biggest non-conference home opponent is Boston in November. And then they have the GLI. Of course, that's what's also been announced. And that is it. So, the conference schedule is not quite out yet. Nothing for the Red Wings. We'll get to what they did in the NHL draft in just a minute, but nothing else crazy from them. Well, actually, I guess we'll just get to that right now. No, actually, Garry, you do your thing first.
So we have the Kalamazoo Wings officially. We will officially have the 2027 outdoor game for the ECHL at Wallow Stadium for the Western Michigan University, playing the Fish. If you don't know what I mean by the Fish, it's the Toledo Walleye, the same team that I got to see the Kalamazoo Wings destroy.
So did I.
And I will be at that outdoor game because I have officially found out my sister knows somebody that's going to give me tickets to that game.
Yay! Yay!
I will be, for a fact, vlogging that game.
Isn't
because
that the same? Aren't they also doing U of M versus Western hockey outdoors?
Yes, at Waldo Stadium.
Is that the same day? I feel like they would do it the same day or like back-to-back days.
Hold on. Actually, I need to look that up.
I didn't think about that till right now.
So, bear with me just a second.
Because that'd be a cool doubleheader to go see. See U of M and Western play, and then see the K-Wings play the Walleye. Because that's a big rivalry. Obviously. We all know that. We all know that. We're all K-Wings enthusiasts here.
Yeah. Let's see here. So looking at the schedule here for Western Michigan hockey. Excuse me, Jesus. Sorry, I'm drinking some Mountain Dew.
Whoa, Mountain Dew, yeah, baby.
Okay, don't ever do that again. So it shows right here. Yes, you're right. You're right. I think that's what it is. Because the 31st of January is the Kalamazoo Wings. And then right here it shows in brown, because brown means home, gray means away. It shows brown January 30th against Michigan ice hockey.
But is that the
So
one?
I think,
but I think it's one game in Lawson and then one at the football stadium. Am I right? Or am I? I might be wrong on that, but.
okay, right here. I'm looking up the news thing that it shows. Hockey to host Michigan. Okay, January 30th, 2027. So yes, it'll be back to back. K-Wings will play on the 31st. Western Michigan ice hockey will play on the 30th. So I might have to get tickets to that one too.
That'd be fun. That'd be pretty cool to see. Got it.
Hopefully, if I do get both of them, I hope one of them isn't like the other one. Like, ain't the same thing, but it might be. But
I'd be surprised if
know,
they were different, but who knows?
Yeah.
All right. The only other thing to go over is the NHL draft. Nothing crazy there. Gavin McKenna went first overall. Big surprise. That guy should be in fucking prison, but of course he's not. As far as what the Red Wings did, let's see here. Oh, hello, Yahoo Sports. I don't want you. The Red Wings got Jeffrey Hurlbert. And then that was their first round selection. They got Victor Plante, another left wing. Michael Orslick? These are some weird last names. Damn Russians. Adam Levesque.
Hey.
And Beckham Edwards. Those were the 5 Red Wings draft picks.
Sounds like a doozy.
Yeah, kind of is. The other thing is the Oilers have a new head coach, Mike Babcock, former Stanley Cup champion with the Red Wings, 2008. Now he's a Canadian. Well, not a Montreal Canadian in Edmonton, but you get it.
It's the same thing.
True. Looks like Garry has something on here as well.
I do. So, as you guys know, not only is there now a men's Detroit team, but there is now a PWHL Detroit team. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, I think. And, well, we found out the first pick for our PWHL Detroit team. We don't know the name yet of the team, but for right now, it'll be called PWHL Detroit. But with the first ever draft pick, PWHL Detroit selects Andrea Brandley. I think that's what her name is. But she is the goaltender. And so that means our first ever pick is a goaltender. And what do you know? The draft was in Detroit at the Fox Theater. Wow.
It was.
I watched that. For the first time, I watched a PWHL draft. And what do you know? It's in Detroit. And those
cool.
fans were loud.
It was pretty cool. I had a chance to work that. I couldn't because it was on my brother's birthday. But I could have. That would have been a pretty cool event to go work. But
You know, I've always wanted a Detroit women's team, and my sister, she's big into hockey, and she wanted a women's hockey team to cheer for. Now we do. So now I'm just waiting for the jerseys to come out so that I can order myself one. Now I have to hate Toronto and Montreal now.
what?
Officially.
All right. Well, that's it for hockey. Oh boy, now we can get to baseball. Oh boy, lots of great stuff in baseball land. Got a lot of Tigers games to go over again because we took last week off. So here we go. Tigers lose. They were out in Houston and they lost. They had won game 1 of the series against the Astros. They lost game 2 4-2. And then they also lost game 3 4-2. And in between that, while they were out there in Houston, Wencel Perez got injured in a training room accident. He got hit in the face by a piece of equipment. So he has been out since that time. Still hasn't come back. It's been a couple weeks since that happened. Has not come back yet. Hopefully he'll be back soon though. Also, great news, guys. Justin Verlander was supposed to make his Detroit return on June 21st. Guess what happened? He's out again. With a hamstring injury. Same hamstring he fucked up the first time. He's pretty much done for the year. They put him out for another 2 months. One fucking start with this guy. And I was going to do a rant on it on the channel, but I was gone in Nashville, so I couldn't. One fucking start where you go 5 runs and an inning and a third. 5 fucking runs. We paid $13 million to watch this guy shit his pants. Then he's hurt his hamstring twice. Just fucking retire. Just retire.
I could tell someone's upset.
Pisses me off. Anyway. Then they play the White Sox at home. The team that was leading the AL Central at the time. And they won. They beat the White Sox 4-3 in game 1. Then again 4-1. And then they walked them off in 10 innings to sweep them. Swept the division-leading White Sox. Won that game 5-4 in 10 innings. So that was a good mojo. Then they were at home against the Yankees. They beat the Yankees in game 1 5-3. They get 4 straight wins.
Yankees lose.
Then they lost to the Yankees 4-3. And they lost the series to the Yankees with a 4-2 loss in game 3. To fall back to reality. Then the Tigers had continued their homestand with a 4-game stint with the Astros. and they lost 3 out of 4 there. They lost the first game 2-1 because the team couldn't get a hit, and that really sucked. Then they beat the Astros 8-0. Then they lost to the Astros 8-6 after Framber Valdez had a terrible game. But the offense did enough to bail them out. But then guess who came in to blow the game with 4 unearned runs? Will Vest. Glad he's still here. And then they lost the series finale 7-5 in 10 innings. They had a 3-0 lead. Then they pulled Jack Flaherty after 5 innings after he was actually having a pretty strong game. Then we go into the 10th inning tied at 3. The bullpen blows it. Great. So the Tigers sit not quite dead last in their division, but pretty much dead last. Currently, they are on the road playing the Yankees again. Casey Mize is throwing a gem tonight. He has given up only 1 hit through 7 innings as the Tigers lead 7-0. So big stuff there. We're at the end of the 7th. We'll update that as it goes. We'll probably still be going through the rest of that game, so we'll keep track of that.
I think it's time to talk about my situations.
Well, one more thing before that. I might be going to see the Tigers play next week. Time of this recording. There's 2 Scooble bobblehead giveaways, July 7th and 8th. And due to unforeseen circumstances regarding my job that we won't go into here, I am more available to go down and see one of those games. So I probably will go see one of those games. Just saying, might be, I'm not saying I will, but I might be in possession of a Scooble bobblehead by next episode. Not confirmed, but I might. All right. I'll let Garry carry on.
So, this week has been so stressful for me. First, we're going to go into the Midwest League real quick. First half winners. South Bend Cubs and the Dayton Dragons have won their respective divisions. So Dayton, after being last place last year, are now going to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. And since we're still on the Midwest League, we are going to go to the Lugnuts. And let me tell you, the Lugnuts have... I'm up to here with them. After the first half ends, we're thinking to ourselves, maybe, we can come back from this, we could have a good second half. God damn, was I wrong. I was fucking wrong. Because the thing is, after the first half on June 16th, we lose to the Whitecaps again. 4-1. On the 18th, we lose to the Whitecaps again, 16-0.
Wait, why didn't they play on the 17th?
Rain.
Oh.
The 19th, Lugnuts lose again. So far, we're going to get... The series is already going to be lost, and the Whitecaps are going to win it, right? Yeah, you're right. On the June 20th, we lose to the Whitecaps again, 7-3. June 21st, the Lugnuts lose again to the Whitecaps, 4-1. So now we have been swept for the second time this year. And you want to know what makes it worse? the Loons come into town. The other team that almost won the first half. That's pretty nice. Back-to-back freaking teams that just destroy us. I worked half those Loons game, and all I could see from Loons fans was fucking dumb. I hate that freaking move. But there was a lot of them. Because the Lugnuts lost to the Loons on the 23rd, 7-1. I wasn't working that game, but I bet you the people that were working that game wanted them just to punch them right in the face. Lugnuts lost to the Loons again on the 24th, 6-2. And if you think for a straight fact that we came back and won, you're wrong. We lost again. 0-2 on the 25th. And then on the 26th, we lost 4-9. And here's the worst part. On the 27th, we lost to the Loons 8-12. Let me tell you. It is a 11-game losing streak. We are, what? I think 0-6 going into the second half. It is the 10th inning. Loons 7. Lugnuts 7. Bases are loaded for the Lugnuts. You want to know what happens? Bases loaded. Base hit by Bo Naylor and Josh Naylor's brother, Miles Naylor. Hits it to bring a Lugnut home. And the Lugnuts break the 11-game win streak by beating the Loons and those stupid funky feathers 8-7. Thank God, but it doesn't help because we have Lake County next, who was also fighting for a first half championship. God.
That was a good game, though. That Sunday game, I worked that game, and what I'm finding out is that every time I'm there, they play a lot better because they have a pretty good record in my attendance, my appearance this year.
Not in my attendance. I think it's just me.
But that was a good game. They were getting pretty much, they did not have any offense. They were down 4-0. Then they hit a grand slam to tie it up. And then they gave up 3 more runs right before I left. And then I saw that they won 8-7. I'm like, holy hell, that's pretty good.
And now is the other baseball team that is currently losing right now, the Kalamazoo Growlers. Now, by the end of this, I will tell you why I'm upset. I've been upset since the start of today. Okay. June 16th, the Growlers beat Wisconsin 10-1. Perfect. We are en route to a first half championship. Only a couple more days left, and we could take it. Then the Growlers lose into 6 innings due to rain against Rockford 7-2. But hey, you want to know the good thing? We were the first team to go to steal 100 bases. Cool. You know what? I'm okay with that. On June 18th, the Growlers win Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Rivets 15-7. Pretty good. Then they also win Game 2 against the Rivets 6-2. And then on 6/19, Growlers beat the Rivets 9-1. Okay, so we basically demolished the Rivets, so they're out of a chance for a first half championship. Cool. Then comes the team near Detroit, Royal Oak. Let me tell you something. I did not know this until they said it on live broadcast. Did you know DJ LeMahieu, the former New York Yankee, coaches that Royal Oak team? I'm not even kidding. Look it up.
That's crazy.
DJ LeMahieu coaches that team. So I'm scared because if you have a major league coach coaching a collegiate team, you're fucked.
Really?
The Growlers had a 15, I think, to 7 lead going into the 9th. Yeah, Royal Oak scored 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 8 runs in the 9th, which made us go into 10 innings. Growlers won 16 to 15, but you're telling me you had a 16 to 7 lead and you almost choked it. But it gets better. On June 21st, Growlers beat the Royal Oak Leprechauns 8 to 7 this time. So we almost lose again. Now, to add on to June 21st, the pitcher that night, Kalamazoo Growler Henry Slabby, that punched out 11 Leprechauns on 100 pitches, was the pitcher of the night. An 8 to 7 win. So, congratulations, Henry Slabby. Great job. But you want to know what isn't a great job? The next game. The Kingfish come into town, and I'm thinking, you know what? I saw them play a couple days later, or a couple days prior, and you know they were good. And we'll get to that adventure that I had with Ann Pomeroy and Likunmiffery and Eli. But for now, what are you looking at?
The demons.
This time the Growlers lose to the Kingfish 24 to 3.
Great showing.
But you want to know the good thing? We were the first team to get 300 strikeouts. Do you think that makes me happy?
Yes.
Because it doesn't. Let me remind you, the Kingfish are 3rd place now, right behind Traverse City and the Growlers. So, on the 23rd of June, Growlers again lose to the Kingfish 4 to 3. At this point, the first half standings with 5 games left were the Growlers and Traverse City tied, but Traverse City has the tiebreaker technically because Traverse City has more wins than the Growlers. Kenosha is a half game behind. Then you had Richmond 3 games behind. You had Royal Oak 4 games. They could technically come back if they had all the other teams just lose. The Battle Jacks, fuck them. They are 5.5 games back. They were eliminated for the first half championship. Rockford Rivets were already eliminated for the first half championships. They were 7 games back. All right. So, now it's the Growlers going to the Kingfish because it was a home series. All right. Growlers beat the Kingfish 3-2 at their place. And then the Growlers on the 25th also beat the Kingfish and split their home series. I didn't put the score there. I should have, but all I know is the Growlers beat the Kingfish. That's all we needed. So now, the last couple games are this. Growlers versus Royal Oak, 2 games. And then Growlers versus Lakeshore, 2 games. Growlers, the first game, lose to Royal Oak 8-3. Then the second game, Growlers beat Royal Oak 4-14. This is where it comes into play. This was yesterday, the time we're recording this. The Growlers lost to Lakeshore 8-5, but Traverse City also lost to Kenosha 6-4, so we still have a chance. Now, real quick, before I say this, the only reason why Lakeshore won was because Lakeshore hit a ball to the fucking umpire, what could have been a double play for 3 outs, but that fat fuck wanted to be in the way. So, I blame the umpire. That's all I'm saying.
It's the ump's fault.
So now, tonight, where we're recording this, this is how each team has to clinch the first half. Traverse City just has to win. That's it. Kenosha would be because Kenosha and Traverse City are facing each other. They are going to battle it out. Traverse City just needs to win, and they have it all because they have the tiebreaker over Kalamazoo. The Growlers need to win, and Traverse City needs to lose for Kalamazoo to make it in. For Kenosha needs to win, and the Growlers need to lose. Right now, I have it up. Right now, it is the 7th well, now I can't see it because it just went to commercial. Fuck that game. You know what? I'm doing it on my phone. So, right now, let's talk about the Pit Spitters and Kenosha. So, for right now, between the Pit Spitters and Kenosha, it is currently the top of the 7th inning. Kenosha leads it 5-4. So, now, let's take a look at the Growlers versus the Chinooks, aka Lakeshore. So you remember that one game that I said was 24-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
They put in that exact same fucking pitcher that did that exact same thing, and he made them score 8 goddamn runs before they put in a new pitcher in the second. So the score currently, right now, Kalamazoo is down by 9, 17-8. With 2 innings left. So practically right now, it's between Traverse City and Kenosha. I'm irritated because mainly we had this championship in the bag the entire year. But our manager and the umpire, that fat fuck that did it yesterday, purposely wanted Traverse City and Kenosha to fight it out for tonight.
Drama. Money.
And it's funny to some people. Because Ann Pomeroy is a Battle Creek Battlejack fan, and I think she loves the torture and pain that I have in my face.
Probably.
But it's okay. Battle Creek is last place in our division, so it doesn't even matter for them. They had no chance anyways. So, but anyways, speaking of Battle Creek, so that I could get off being mad at my own team, I went to oh wait, first before I do anything, we do have first half champions in the Northwoods League already, being in the Great Plains. So Great Plains West, we have the St. Cloud Rocks, ROX. So they get that. And then the La Crosse Loggers get the Great Plains East. Right now, we are still waiting on the Great Lakes West and, of course, the Great Lakes East. We will find out tonight, and then most likely next podcast, I will put it up. But for now, it looks like the Great Lakes East is going to be between the Pit Spitters and Kenosha. I'm going to say this right now. I'd rather have Kenosha win it than the stupid Pit Spitters. So,
fair point.
I hate saying this, but go Kingfish. Now, with that being said, my experience at the Battle Creek Battlejacks. Tyler, I know you went with, I think, wasn't it with the same people?
Amaze, yeah, we went.
Yeah.
Is this your first time there?
It was my first time at the Battle Creek Battlejacks.
Okay.
Did
you log your event on sportslogbook.com?
Yes, I did.
Bingo.
I did that I did that a day before. So,
that's right.
Anyways, so it was decent. The only thing I didn't like about it, and I think you said this in your review too, is the pillars. You can't see shit. Everything else is fine. I love everything else. You know, I don't know if you saw, but you could play wiffle ball on the far, far side, and it's like a little baseball field.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
It was really cool. And you know, I don't say good things about other teams, but if I had to choose between the Kalamazoo Growlers and the Pit Spitters on what ballpark is cooler, I hate saying this with it coming out of my mouth, but Battle Creek had the better one. I hate saying it. What? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say, Tyler?
You said,
what did I say?
You said if it came down between the Growlers and the Pit Spitters, I'd choose the Battlejacks.
Oh.
That's okay. It's right on the, that's okay because it's right on the border of Chicago and Illinois.
Look, I am upset, and I've been saying Pit Spitters all day. Shut up. Anyways,
That's funny.
I'd rather choose the Battlejacks over the Growlers. So, other than the, pillars, everything was decent. They had a thing where if a guy struck out, you get half off beer.
Yeah, they did have
and
that
I did. I grabbed a beer.
Nice.
And the other bad thing is, I wanted to ask the guy if, hey, can I get a souvenir cup so that, I can have something to put it in. The guy goes, well, you can't put it in the cup unless I give it to you and you walk away from me and then you pour it in. Did you think I was gonna put drugs in it? There's multiple questions that I had when he said that, but I didn't want to say it because I felt like I was targeted at myself the way I looked.
That is That's a weird thing to say if you're the
Because I had a Kalamazoo Growlers hat on. Battle Creek hates the Growlers. I hate Battle Creek and Traverse City and Royal Oak. So, I mean... But, I did get a hat. Will I ever wear it? Probably only when I go to Battle Creek games. I got to this. This was the second hat. Because the first hat was a youth hat that I accidentally grabbed. So I went back down to the store and I said, hey, I just bought this accidentally. Can I get a different sized one? They were nice and they said, yeah, go ahead, but get a different one. And so I got the extra large one because my head's fat. And I just decided to wear that because I didn't want people to get angry at me that I had a Kalamazoo Growlers hat on. So I didn't get beaten up. And I wasn't going to buy a jersey because I don't want that disgusting filth all over me. So, but other than that, no, that ballpark was very, very old. So, I mean,
yeah, the pillars are just a product of its age. It's not like it's whatever.
I mean, guys, if you remember the what are they called? There was a Midwest League team, the Michigan Bearcats. I think that's what they were. It was a Midwest League team. But anyways, that's where the arena was, in Battle Creek. So, in a way, I saw Midwest League Stadium too.
Sure. Sure thing.
But they were facing the Kenosha Kingfish, actually, and they lost 13-3. Fucking losers. But then Ann Pomeroy texted me not even a couple days later. At least we didn't lose to 24-3 against the Kingfish. And to that day, I'm going to be upset about that.
Oh, it's fun.
Because she's right.
She is right. Yeah, loser. Law.
So,
yeah. Loser.
An update on that Kalamazoo Growlers game. Kalamazoo is now down 8-17 still in the top of the 8th. Now we have to fight for the second half championship, most likely. And I don't even think we're going to win that one because our team's ass. And that guy that pitched today needs to just stop playing sports, go back to a different team, probably play for the Pit Spitters so that we could demolish him 64-0. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
But that's it for me.
I think I said in the last episode that I was going to be visiting the Pit Spitters ballpark this week. Unfortunately, I'm not doing that. I was under the impression that from where I was going to be up north to Traverse City was about an hour. It's about 3 hours, so I will not be doing that, unfortunately. I still do want to visit that ballpark. It looks pretty nice, but too far of a drive for me. So
I am trying though to get every Michigan team that's in the Northwoods League. So right now, Growlers, Battlejacks. I'm trying to get the Pit Spitters. Ann said she would get a Pit Spitters hat for me. And then now I just need Royal Oak. So
I do want to visit. I am going to try and make Royal Oak a priority this summer. When I'm going down to work in Detroit, I will hopefully, when the time aligns, I can stop before I get down there and see a game at Royal Oak real quick. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. The timing has to work out, but it is something I do want to try and do. So, all right, well, that was it for the Northwoods League. Before we jump, I do actually just want to quickly update. I want to quickly update the College World Series that ended. Last we checked, we were down to 8 teams actually. The two teams to make it out of those last couple of regions were North Carolina and Oklahoma to face in the final best of 3 series. Oklahoma won it 2-1. So they are the 2026 College World Series champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is the first of my couple of things from Nashville that I did. While I was down there, we had a open night, and I noticed that the Nashville Sounds were in town, the AAA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers, so I decided to pay them a visit. I did a review that's already up on the channel. You can go check that out, of their ballpark. Gotta say, pretty nice ballpark. I'd say it's about up there in quality with Scranton. I've now seen 3 AAA ballparks: Scranton, Toledo, and Nashville. I'd say Scranton's still probably my favorite by a slight margin, but Nashville has a lot of great amenities as well. Has a really nice city skyline backdrop, very modern amenities, wide open concourses, and a very well themed guitar scoreboard that I really, really enjoyed. Really, really nice scoreboard, really, really well, very unique, well themed. I like that as well. And then the only real complaint I have with the stadium, which I said in the review, was their concession setup, where it's a self-serve kiosk when you order the food, but then you get hand-delivered the food by actual people. And I think that just botches up the end of the line, because it's really easy for people to move fast to order their food, but not to actually get their food. So overall, really nice ballpark. Very happy that I went. Tickets were pretty cheap for GA seating. They had lots of stuff to do. There was a fucking mini golf course in the outfield, which was really, really cool. And I got to see them. We didn't stay for the full game, but they played the Gwinnett Stripers. Or the Gwinnett Strippers. I don't know how the fuck you...
Stripers. Stripers. It's not the strippers. People get upset about that.
Good.
Literally, I'm not even joking. People, if you go to their ballpark and you say strippers, they will be upset. I like it. It's great.
But anyways, Nashville won 12-5. They were up 7-3 when we left. So, we saw a grand slam. So, good game. Good game all around. Really fun time. I just wanted to highlight on that real quickly. But I think that's finally it for baseball. We had a lot of baseball stuff to catch up on. We done for that right now. But actually, we do have a final. Before we get on that, the Tigers win against the Yankees. 7-3 was the final score. They gave up a 3-run home run in the 8th inning. But came in and locked it down. So really good there. Drew Anderson came in and closed it out. So the Tigers win against the Yankees. Owned them. They always own the Yankees. And they own them again.
The Yankees lose.
Yankees lose. Yankees lose.
I hate David Ortiz, but that's fucking catchy, bro.
It is really catchy. Anyway,
but you know what we Tigers have to say real quick?
We're gonna get copyright struck, Gary. Turn that off. A couple other things. Move on now to our other sports category. Before we get to NASCAR, I want to talk about the World Cup real quick. We are
World Cup.
into the knockout stages of the to the bracket. So we're into the round of 32. We have 32 teams make it out of the qualifier rounds. South Africa, Canada, Netherlands, Morocco, Germany, Paraguay, France, Sweden, Belgium, Senegal, US, Bosnia, Spain, Austria, Portugal, Croatia, Brazil, Cote d'Ivoire, Norway, Mexico, Ecuador, England, the Congo, Switzerland, Algeria, Colombia, Ghana, Australia, Egypt, Argentina, and Cabo Verde were the ones to make it to the round of 32. Currently, we have 3 teams already punched into the round of 16. That would be Canada, who beat South Africa 1-0. And then Paraguay upset Germany with a overtime win there to advance. And then Brazil beat Japan 2-1, so they have advanced. The only other game currently going on is Netherlands and Morocco. They are scoreless. So that is that for the World Cup. We are down to 29 teams left, including the United States, who play tonight at the time of this video going up. So we'll continue to update that as it goes. Just wanted to give a quick update there. The other major thing I wanted to talk about. The other major thing I want to talk about in the other sports category was the NCAA voted to approve age-based 5-year eligibility rule, which means now there's just a straight 5-year eligibility rule, which is going to be nice so that we don't have 29-year-olds still playing college ball so they can get on NIL. No more COVID rules. Thank you. I don't really know how that's going to work out. It could go either way, but I think it's going to be a good thing overall. Just to add some structure to a ever wild westing college landscape. All right, that was it for that. Means the only thing we got left is NASCAR stuff. We got 2 races to cover. First was NASCAR's first time ever in San Diego on the Camaraderie Naval Base. There was a lot that happened here. First off, in the truck race, it was an insane finish in the truck race. Back and forth action all throughout. Just an incredible, incredible truck finish with a lot of crazy crashes. Real big stuff there. We almost saw a massive upset win, but unfortunately that did not come to fruition. Would end up being Lane Riggs taking the win there.
Oh, my knee.
In the third so not super crazy of a winner, but a crazy way to get to that win. The Xfinity race was pretty good as well. There was a huge 23-car pileup on the restart, on one of the restarts, that took out a lot of contenders, but nothing super crazy there. Austin Hill got his first ever road course win, and normally I would hate an Austin Hill win, but this was the first win for RCR since Kyle Busch's death. So Austin Hill did do a nice tribute to Kyle Busch after winning the race. So I will let this one slide. And then the Cup race was crazy too. Austin Hill had a pretty good shot to win that race as well, which would have been really crazy. Now, we picked Shane Van Gisbergen in fantasy, and he was doing pretty good, except his word that I will not use on camera, crew chief, decided that it would be a great idea to short pit the stages for playing the long game, aka getting no stage points at all. And in a points-based championship battle, that's just a stupid mentality. Especially when your teammate, aka Connor Zilic, totally forgets how to drive a race car and crashes the entire field, including you. I mean, you get no stage points on the day. Thank you. Thank you for a terrible fantasy pick again, Shane Van Gisbergen's crew chief. Regardless, though, still a great race. Down to the wire. And we had a massive, and I mean massive, upset victory. Corey Heim, in just his 13th Cup Series start ever, outdueled the points leader, Tyler Reddick, who had a mechanical problem late in the race, outdueled him for the win. Corey Heim, in his 13th Cup Series start, still on a part-time basis, picked up the win in the 6-7 car win, 6-7 car wins. Garry, what the fuck is your PFP? Hello? Okay, Gary's not here. I don't know where Garry went, but anyways, Corey Heim wins in the 6-7 car. Huge upset win there. His first career Cup Series win. He becomes the 16th driver locked into the New Year's Eve Spectacular with that win. Huge win for him. Congratulations, Corey Heim, for some great stuff there. And then NASCAR after that headed to Sonoma, and it was just Xfinity and Cup. Both races were pretty boring, to say the least. Shane Van Gisbergen dominated the Xfinity race, only not leading the laps during pit cycles, and to pick up the win there in the 9 car for Junior Motorsports. The Cup race was also pretty boring, as Shane Van Gisbergen, once again, his word I shall not say on camera, crew chief, decided to pull off the dumbass pit strategy again, but at least this time he was able to snag some stage points, snagging a total of 8 stage points and coming away with the win. Shane Van Gisbergen gets his second win of the season on the final road course race of the season too, so we probably won't be seeing much of the 97 car after this week. Regardless, congratulations, Shane Van Gisbergen, for sweeping the weekend. And it was our 4th fantasy win of the season. 4th fantasy win of the season. Whoa. By the way, that massive 100-something point lead that Tyler Reddick had, gone. New points leader, Denny Hamlin. Despite getting dumped by Carson Hocevar in Sonoma, Reddick finished like 4 laps down, dead last. So Denny Hamlin was able to snag the points lead away from the 45. So still a tight points race, but Denny Hamlin making a great case to win the championship. And then the only other thing I've got we got a couple other things from NASCAR. First off, Jesse Love is going full time next year in NASCAR. He's going to be in the Cup Series. He's going to be in the 21 car, taking Josh Berry's seat. So this is why we now exactly know why RCR is not putting Jesse Love in the 33, because he's got a ride with the 21 team locked up next year. Also was announced that Ryan Newman will be coming back to NASCAR to drive the 25 truck for Ram at North Wilkesboro coming up in a couple of weeks. It'll be cool to see Rocket Man back in the car. And only other thing racing related that I want to go over was the other part. That I wanted to talk about regarding my Nashville trip. On the way back from Nashville, we stopped in Louisville. And what's in Louisville? Homeless people. But also what's in Louisville? Churchill Downs. The one of the most pinnacle stadiums in all of racing, sports, the bings and the bongs and whatever. We decided to go see some racing there. We got 8 races for $19 a ticket. Pretty good price entry, I would say at least. Never been to a horse race before. Gotta say, it was an awesome experience. But also that's because Churchill Downs is just a gorgeous facility. You feel like you're in a royal castle while you're in there, honestly. Again, my review of Churchill Downs is up on the channel. You can go check that out for more specifics. But I thought the architecture was just beautiful, very clean, which was not what I was expecting, being a horse racing track, but really nice decor, really nice landscaping, and some great racing all throughout. And I struck on a bet $2 for the number 2 horse to win, and he won the race, got paid $17. Let's go. I am a gambling man. Expertise.
So he gambled on horses.
I gambled on horses. I had to do it. Like, you go to a horse race, you have to place a bet. It's just part of the fun.
No, you don't.
It's just part of the fun. And then you win, and then you get addicted, and then you go bankrupt. So there's that.
You don't have to bet. You could just sit there and watch.
We were there for a while too, because we got stuck under like almost an hour-long rain delay because storms came through right before the 6th race was about to start. But weren't there super late, thankfully. But
so you didn't go to the Kentucky Derby?
No, Gary, because it costs almost $1,000 a ticket to go to the Kentucky Derby. Remember, though, I did have a chance to work the Kentucky Derby. Turned it down. Reasoning behind that is it's for a different video.
Because he didn't want to bet and lose.
That'll be a different video on a different... that'll be a different video on this channel for a different time. But otherwise, Churchill Downs, incredible facility, was a bucket list venue for me. And now I can say that I've been there and I had a great time. So, just wanted to put that out there. Also, Louisville looks like it has a really nice football stadium. I'd like to see a game there sometime. You can see it from the track, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, but otherwise, I've got nothing else to talk about. Gary, I don't know if you got anything else to talk about, but we do have to do poker chips.
Just want to update you on that Kalamazoo game. Yeah, the score is 18-8 right now, Lakeshore. And Kenosha is currently leading Traverse City 6-4. So, looks like Kenosha might actually win the first half. Poker chips. NASCAR.
We got Chicagoland coming back this weekend. Should be a lot of
fun. We didn't do Sonomis, but we did Poconos.
You mean San Diego?
Sure. Let's just go with that. Joey Logano won it between our poker chips. Because your guy wanted to run into Magnuson 24/7.
Drew.
So I won another race.
Congratulations, Gary.
So the poker chip records are, let's see here. Tyler has 5 wins, being Daytona, Atlanta, Martinsville, Talladega, and Watkins Glen. I am 2 wins, 6 losses, being Nashville and Pocono. 3 and 6. Sorry, I had to add this. San Diego. I'll add that in a minute. And then the guest record is the only win being Aspie, which was Ann's. So,
Ann will be the only guest on this podcast forever. So,
yeah, let's be honest here.
Drew. We should just make Ann a permanent member. 10,000 subscribers, and we'll make Ann Pomeroy a permanent member on the OnlyFans podcast.
I don't even know how to spell Diego, so I'm just going to spell it that way. Sure. All right. So I am 3-6. I didn't put 3-6 down.
Chicagoland should be a good race. I'm very excited. Mile and a half track. With this package of this car should be really awesome. Plus the fan experience should be awesome for anybody who's going because it's the return to Chicagoland. And, it doesn't look like it's going to be a long-term deal. It's like NASCAR is going to go back to the streets of Chicago because they realized how much more of a profit that makes them, even though that race gets rained out every fucking year. But maybe Chicagoland can make a case for itself with a really good product this year and do some great stuff. So, should be great. Here we go.
I had Joey Logano, so I'm going to put in your Noah Gragson. I'm shaking her up. And for me, I will have... I dropped one. Chase Briscoe in the number 19.
Oh, that's not bad. He had a good run last week against Sonoma. So.
He did. If only I had him this past week. But I didn't. Now let me get Noah Gragson out so that I can put Joey Logano in for you. All right. Let's shake her up.
I will get Garry more poker chips for next season.
This is going to be
Ooh, that's going to be a good race between those two.
It's going to be a battle.
Oh, fuck. How could I forget?
In-season challenge.
The in-season challenge. How the fuck could I forget the in-season challenge?
It's okay,
here
Tyler.
we go. The in-season challenge started at Sonoma. We didn't go over the bracket because, again, it got set, I guess, after Pocono, but we didn't go over it because it was stupid. But where's the bracket?
I can get it.
What the fuck? Where's the bracket? All right, anyways. Oh, nope, I found it.
I found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
Yes. I will do it. All right. So, the races are Sonoma, Chicagoland. I'm going to keep saying Atlanta. I'm not calling it Echo Park. Then it'll be North Wilkesboro, and then the championship round will be Indy. So, let me tell you who's all of them are in it. But here are the people that are facing each other. At Sonoma, at least. At Sonoma, it was Reddick. I know, but I'm saying all the people that were in it and that are facing each other is what I'm saying. Reddick was facing Bowman. Cindric was facing Brad Keselowski. Daniel Suarez was facing Todd Gilliland. Carson Hocevar was facing Regan. Why did I just try to say Regan? Is that Regan Smith? Yeah, Regan Smith. I don't know why I'm messing up these. Chase Briscoe was facing AJ Allmendinger. Ty Gibbs was facing Austin Dillon. Bubba Wallace was facing Michael McDowell. And Chase Elliott was facing Noah Gragson on one side. The other side, it was Denny Hamlin versus Ty Dillon. Eric Jones versus Joey Logano. Chris Buescher versus John Hunter Nemechek. Christopher Bell versus Ross Chastain. William Byron versus Ricky Spinhouse. Kyle Larson versus Riley Herbst. Mr. I like to win at road courses only, Van Gisbergen. Ryan Preece. Ryan Blanket. And Josh Berry. That's who we're all facing each other. The winners were Bowman beating Reddick, which the 32 seed beat the 1 seed. Cindric beat Brad Keselowski, as usual. Todd Gilliland beat Daniel Suarez. Carson Hocevar, Portage, Michigan native, beat Regan Smith. Chase Briscoe, of course, beat AJ Allmendinger. Ty Gibbs beats Austin Dillon because Austin Dillon sucks. Excuse me. Michael McDowell beats Bubba Wallace. And then Chase Elliott beats Noah Graxon. Denny Hamlin beats Ty Dillon. Eric Jones beats Joey Logano. Chris Buescher beats John Hunter Nemechek. Or Nematode, I should say that. That's his nickname. Christopher Bell beats Walride Chastain. William Byron beats Ricky Spinhouse. Kyle Larson beats Riley Herbst. Of course, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. SVG beats Ryan Priest because he won last week. And then Ryan Blaney beats Josh Berry. So, for one more time, Bowman will face Cindric. Gilliland will face Hocevar. Briscoe will face Gibbs. McDowell will face Elliott. Hamlin will face Jones. Buescher will face Bell. Byron will face Larson, which that one's going to be a good one. Hendrick versus Hendrick. And then Van Gisbergen will face Blaney. So, with that being said, who do you think's going to advance, Tyler?
Me.
Well, since you're not on the list.
That's right. I'm NASCAR driver now. I'm Tony Stewart.
Okay.
All right, anyways, guys, that's going to do it now for this week's episode of the Live, Laugh, Laugh podcast. We are all... What?
What? Were you not going to guess who's going to win the championship?
No, I'm not going to guess.
Okay.
Can you guess? You can guess.
No, I guess you're not going to guess, so I'm not going to guess.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of the Live, Laugh, Laugh podcast. Next week, we'll recap Chicagoland, all the baseball action, all of the other stuff. And, yeah, should be great. So glad to be caught back up. I don't anticipate us taking any more weeks off for any reason. For a while, at least, but we'll see. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that's going to do it, though, for this episode. Stay tuned for other much more amazing content, and from both me and Hitmaster. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.